Hey everyone, it's Aaron from ABR Creations, and this is part 2 of how to crochet Alif. If you haven't watched part 1 yet, please do so because that part was the most important part of our crochet Alif series, as we learned how to crochet all the parts of Alif. In part 2, that is in this part, we are going to be crocheting Alif, and then we will sew on all the parts of Alif, and then you will have your finished Alif. Alright then, let's get started. Okay, so we're gonna start by making the body of Alif. So we'll start in our light blue yarn and we'll make a magic ring. Alright, for round 1, we're going to single crochet 6 times into the magic ring. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Alright, then we'll pull it nice and tight. Not too tight, otherwise it might break the yarn and you have to start all over. Getting my stitch markers. Use your stitch marker to mark the end of this round. Count back 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Insert your hook into the first stitch that you made. We'll work around the tail end for our first stitch. Then we can move on to round 2. For round 2, we're going to increase into each stitch all the way around. Increase basically means putting 2 single crochets into the same stitch. Oops. 1 and 2. Then 3 and 4. 5 and 6. 7 and 8, 9 and 10. That was a bit loose. And then our final increase, 11 and 12. Okay. By the end of round 2, you should have 12 stitches. You can cut the tail end now. We're not going to be needing it anymore. Then we will slip stitch into our first stitch. And then we will chain 1. And then we can move on to round 3. For round 3, we're gonna single crochet 1. Insert your hook into the same stitch you made the slip stitch. So single crochet 1. And then we're gonna increase into our next stitch. And we're gonna repeat this process of single crochet 1 and increase 1 6 times total. So that is our first repeat. Let's do our second repeat. Single crochet 1 and increase 1. Single crochet 1 and increase 1. single crochet 1 and increase 1, single crochet 1 and increase 1, final repeat, single crochet 1. And before I finish, before I do that last increase, we're gonna take our medium blue yarn, because we're gonna change to medium blue in the next round. So insert your hook into the last stitch, take your medium blue and wrap it around your crochet hook, and just do a normal increase. This will lock the medium blue yarn in place. Okay. In this next round, we're gonna do the half color changes again. So we will slip stitch in light blue, slip stitch in our light blue yarn, change to medium blue, and chain 1 in medium blue. We can move on to round 4. For round 4, it's nice and easy. It's a nice and easy round. Just single crochet into each stitch, but while doing the half color changes. So insert into the same stitch you did the slip stitch, yarn over with light blue and pull it through, change to medium blue, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. And just repeat that all the way around. Yarn over with our light blue, pull it through, change to medium blue, yarn over, pull through. Then just do it all the way around by the end of this round, by the end of the round. This is a perfect opportunity to count whether you have 18 stitches or not. Halfway through. Okay, almost done. Okay, and last stitch. There you go. By the end of round 4, you should have 18 stitches. Then we're going to change to medium blue. Then it'll all be worked in medium blue yarn, in our medium blue yarn, till the end of the round, till the end of our piece. So we'll slip stitch 1 in medium, slip stitch and chain 1 in medium blue. On to round 5. For round 5, we're gonna actually we can cut the medium blue tail end and the light blue yarn. Just cut it short. Yeah, okay. For round 5, we're gonna single crochet 2. This yarn is getting in the way. Single crochet 2, that is 1, and 2, and then an increase in the next stitch. Then we're gonna repeat this process of single crochet 2, increase 1, 6 times total. Single crochet 2, 1 and 2, and then an increase. Single crochet 2, 1, 2, and then an increase. Okay. So just repeat this process of single crochet 2 and increase all the way around. And I'll be back to show you what to do next. Okay, so I'm approaching the end of round 5. By the end of round 5, you should have 24 stitches. And there you go. Then we can slip stitch 1 into our first stitch, and chain 1. Alright. For round 6, nice and easy, just single crochet into each and every stitch all the way around, making sure that you have a stitch count of 24 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and finally 24. Alright, by the end of round 6, you should have 24 stitches. Then we will slip stitch 1, and chain 1. For round 7, we're gonna single crochet 3, 1, 2, and 3. Then we're gonna increase into our next stitch. 4 and 5. And we're gonna repeat this process of single crochet 3 and increase 1, 6 times total. Single crochet 3, 1, 2, 3, and then an increase. crochet 3, 1, 2, 3, and then an increase. So just continue this process of single crochet 3 and increase 1 all the way around, and I will be back to show you what to do next. Okay, so I just finished round 7. By the end of round 7 you should have 30 stitches. Then we will slip stitch 1 and chain 1. Alright. For round 8 we're gonna half double crochet 4, 1, then 2, 3, and 4, and then we're gonna do a half double crochet increase. It's just like an increase, but instead of putting 2 single crochets into the same stitch, you put 2 half double crochets into the same stitch. Then you repeat this process of half double crochet 4 and increase 1 6 times total. Half double crochet 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then an increase. Okay, half double crochet 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then an increase. Okay, so just repeat this process all the way around, and I will be back to show you what to do next. Okay, so I just finished round 8, and by the end of round 8 you should have 36 stitches. Then we will slip stitch 1 and chain 1. Alright, for round 9 we're gonna single crochet 5, 1, then 2, 3, and 4, and 5, and then we're gonna increase 1. There you go. And then we'll repeat this process of single crochet 5 and increase 1 6 times total. Single crochet 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then we will increase 1. Single crochet 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then an increase. Single crochet 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then we're going to increase 1. Alright, so just continue this process of single crochet 5 and increase 1 all the way around. I'll be back to show you what to do next. Okay, so I just finished round 9, and by the end of round 9 you should have 42 stitches. Then we will slip stitch 1 and chain 1. Alright, for round 10 we're gonna single crochet 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and then we will do 1 increase. Then we'll repeat this process of single crochet 6 and increase 1 6 times total. Single crochet 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and then we're going to increase 1. Single crochet 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and then an increase. Alright, then we're going to repeat this. Then you want to repeat this process of single crochet 6 and increase 1 all the way around, and I'll be back to show you what to do next. Okay, so I just finished round 10, and by the end of round 10 you should have 48 stitches. Then we will slip stitch 1 and chain 1. Alright, for rounds 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15, that's 5 rounds total, we're just gonna single crochet into each and every stitch all the way around. So just single crochet into each and every stitch all the way around, just for 5 rounds. Now we're gonna make the mid part of the body. That is where the face will be attached. Okay. So just keep single crocheting all around just for 5 rounds, and by the end of every round you should have 48 stitches, and you should slip stitch 1 and chain 1. So just keep single crocheting all the way around for 5 rounds total, and I will be back to show you what to do next. Okay, so I just finished round 15. That was 5 rounds. I've just finished 5 rounds, and it looks somewhat like this. Then we will slip stitch 1, and then we'll chain 1. For round 16, we're gonna half double crochet into each stitch all the way around, just for 1 round. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, oops, 10, sorry, 11, 12, 13, 14, So just continue half double crocheting all the way around, just for one round, and by the end of round 16 you should have 48 stitches. Now I'll be back to show you what to do next for round 17. Okay, so I just finished round 16. Like I said, by the end of round 16 you should have 48 stitches. Then we will slip stitch 1 and chain 1. For round 17 we're gonna single crochet into each stitch all the way around, just for one round. 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, then 15. So just continue single crocheting all the way around, just for one round. By the end of round 17 you should have 48 stitches. Now I'll be back to show you what to do next. Okay, so I just finished round 17, and by the end of round 17 you should have 48 stitches. Okay, then we can slip stitch 1 and chain 1. Alright, for round 18 we're gonna single crochet 6. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then we're gonna do the invisible decrease. Okay, so insert your crochet hook into the front loops of the next 2 stitches. Then yarn over and pull it through the 2 front loops. Then yarn over and pull through 2. That is the invisible decrease. And we're going to repeat this process of single crochet 6, invisible decrease 6 times total. So that is our first repeat. Let's do another one. Single crochet 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then an invisible decrease front into the next 2 front loops of the next 2 stitches. Yarn over, pull through 2, then yarn over, pull through 2. Let's do that again. Single crochet 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then we're gonna do the invisible decrease. So the front loops of the next 2 stitches, yarn over, pull through the 2 front loops, and yarn over, pull through 2. So just repeat this process of single crochet 6 and invisible decrease 6 times total till you get to the end of the round. By the end of round 18 you should have 42 stitches. Now I'll be back to show you what to do next. Okay, so I just finished round 18, and like I said, by the end of round 18 you should have 42 stitches. Then we can slip stitch 1 and chain 1. Alright, for round 19 we're gonna single crochet 5. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then we're going to do that invisible decrease. We'll repeat this process of single crochet 5 and invisible decrease 6 times total. So that is our first repeat. Let's do another one. Single crochet 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then we'll do that invisible decrease. Okay, let's do another one. Single crochet 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then we'll do that invisible decrease. Okay, so just repeat this process of single crochet 5 and invisible decrease until you get to the end of the round. And by the end of round 19, you should have 36 stitches. And I will be back to show you what to do next. Okay, so I just finished round 19. Like I said, by the end of round 19, you should have 36 stitches. Then we can slip stitch 1 and chain 1. Alright, for round 20, we're gonna single crochet 4, 1, put that stitch marker, 2, 3, and 4, and then we'll do that invisible decrease. Okay, then we'll repeat this process of single crochet 4 and invisible decrease 6 times total. So that is our first repeat. Let's do another one. Single crochet 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then we'll do that invisible decrease. The stitch that I did was a bit small. Okay, it's right over here, this stitch. Yes, I got it. That invisible decrease. There you go. Let's do another one. Single crochet 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then we'll do that invisible decrease. Front loop, yarn over, pull through, then yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, so just repeat this process 3 more times until you get to the end of this round. By the end of round 20, you should have 30 stitches. And I will be back to show you what to do next for round 21. Okay, so I just finished round 20, and like I said, by the end of round 20, you should have 30 stitches. Then we can slip stitch 1 and chain 1. Alright. For round 21, we're going to single crochet 3. Sorry. 1, 2, and 3, and then an invisible decrease. Then we'll repeat this process of single crochet 3, invisible decrease 1, 6 times total. Let's do it again. Single crochet 3, 1, 2, and 3, and then an invisible decrease. Let's do it again. Single crochet 3, 1, 2, 3, and then an invisible decrease. Oops. Let's try it again. There you go. So just repeat this process 3 more times until you get to the end of round 20. By the end of round 21, you should have 24 stitches. Repeat this process until you get to the end of round 21. Sorry if I said round 20. Like I said, by the end of round 21, you should have 24 stitches. And I will be back to show you what to do next. Okay, so I just finished round 21. Like I said, by the end of round 21, you should have 24 stitches. Then we can slip stitch 1 and chain 1. Now before I get to round 22, let's go ahead and stuff our half Alif up. Let's stuff it up. So here I got some fiber fill. So I'm just gonna stuff it partially, not fully, because we're not done yet. So just stuff the piece up. Partially, not fully. Just a bit more. And we can shape our half Alif. We can also shape Alif. So just spread the fiber fill evenly across Alif. I think it's looking good. This is how mine is looking. Okay, so once you're happy of how you stuffed the piece, you can move on to round 22. Actually, for rounds 22 and 23, that's 2 rounds total. We're just gonna single crochet into each stitch all the way around, making sure that you have a stitch count of 24 stitches. So it's a very easy and simple round, actually 2 rounds. So this is a perfect opportunity for you to count if you have 24 stitches or not. If you have 24 stitches, then you can move on. If you don't have, like it's one stitch more or 1 stitch less, then you have made some mistake in the previous round. You have to unwind everything and make sure it's neat. Make sure it's proper. So just single crochet into each and every stitch all the way around. By the end of these 2 rounds, you should have 24 stitches, and by the end of each round, you should slip stitch 1 and chain 1. And I will be back to show you what to do next for round 24. Okay, so I just finished rounds 22 and 23. By the end, like I said, by the end of both these rounds, you should have 24 stitches. Then we can slip stitch 1 and chain 1. All right, for round 24, we're gonna single crochet 2, 1 and 2, and then we're gonna do that invisible decrease. Invisible decrease. Then we'll repeat this process of single crochet 2 and invisible decrease 6 times total. Let's do our second repeat. Single crochet 2, 1 and 2, and we'll do that invisible decrease. Again, single crochet 2, 1, 2, and then that invisible decrease. Single crochet 2, 1, 2, and then invisible decrease. Single crochet 2, 1, 2, invisible decrease. Single crochet and final repeat, single crochet 2, 1 and 2, and then our final, not our final, but we still have more. Yeah, but that invisible decrease. That's going to be the end of round 24. By the end of round 24, you should have 18 stitches. Then we can slip stitch. Yeah, we'll slip stitch 1. We'll slip stitch 1 and chain 1. Alright. For round 25, we're going to single crochet 1. Just single crochet 1. And invisible decrease 1. Invisible decrease 1. Repeat this process of single crochet 1, invisible decrease 1, 6 times total. Let's do it. Let's do our second repeat. Single crochet 1, invisible decrease 1. Single crochet 1, invisible decrease 1. Single crochet 1 and invisible decrease 1. Single crochet 1, invisible decrease 1. Approaching our final repeat, single crochet 1, and then our invisible decrease. Alright, by the end of round 25, you should have 12 stitches, and there's no need for slip stitch 1 or chain 1 because we're approaching the last round for this piece. Okay, like I said, we don't need to slip stitch 1 or chain 1 anymore, so just work into that first stitch right over here. Okay, for our final round, that's round 26, we're gonna do the sharp decrease 6 times total. Insert your hook into the first stitch, yarn over, pull through, then insert your hook into the second stitch, yarn over, pull through. Now with the loop you just pulled through, pull that through the 2 loops. That is the sharp decrease. We'll repeat this process 6 times total. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, now final sharp decrease, 6. Alright, by the end of round 26 you should have 6 stitches. Then we can cut the yarn, leaving enough end to sew it closed. No need for slip stitch 1 or chain 1, just pull it all the way through. All right, there you go. We have finished the body of Alif, but now we need to stuff it fully. So I think I'll grab a lot. Just stuff it in. No, it's not done. Just stuff it. So just stuff it fully, stuff the piece fully, and I will be back to show you how to sew it closed. Okay, so I stuffed Alif up, and this is what your finished product should be like. Made the body of Alif. Now we're gonna sew it closed. So take your yarn needle and thread the yarn onto it. Then we will count back 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is our first stitch that we made. This is our first stitch. This is not the stitch as it is the sharp decrease stitch, because you can see this line, that is our yarn. We inserted our crochet hook into that stitch, so we don't want to insert our needle into that stitch as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is our first stitch. So insert your needle into the front loops only of all the stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then we will pull it nice and tight. Pull it nice and tight. Insert your needle back into the center, and then just come out anywhere. Just come out anywhere. Okay. There you go. We have sewn it closed, and then we can just cut the yarn short, and we can double knot the ends together. If you're using double thread, you can double knot the ends together, or just stuff it into the piece. Cut it short, and then we'll stuff it inside. Stuff it. There you go. Now we're gonna sew all of Alif's parts together. So just move everything out of the way. Now we're gonna sew on Alif, all the parts of Alif. Sorry. We'll start off by sewing the hands. Okay, so we're sewing on the hands now. Let's sew on. There's no left or right, so just pick up any hand. And I'm taking my reference from Alif right here. So I'm gonna thread the tail end of our first hand onto our needle, our yarn needle. Okay. Now we're gonna observe Alif, and then we will sew it on. Let's take our face first and see how it looks. Make sure it's flat. If our face is looking good, then our face. Yeah, I think somewhere over here looks good. Let's say here. If you're happy with the position you want, go into the stitch that is nearest to you. That is, for me, it's this stitch, and then come out through the next. Then we'll insert into the back loops of our stitch on the hand. Insert into the same stitch where it just came out and come out through the next stitch on the body. And we repeat this all the way around into the back loop of the hand, into the next stitch, come out through the vertical side. Now we don't need to stuff the hand because the hand is sewn on flat. Into the stitch of the hand. And then once you come at the edge of the stitch, I mean at the corner, you can just turn and go back. So now I've reached my corner here. Insert and then come back, go back up. We were going down, then we go back up. Oh, sorry if I wasn't showing. Then into our final stitch, I believe. Yeah, our final stitch. Then we can come out through somewhere here. We can come out somewhere here, and then we can just cut it short. Oh, sorry, wait. We can just. Where did I keep my scissors? Okay, found it. Make sure you haven't stuffed the hand. Make sure you haven't stuffed the hand. Then we can just cut it close enough like this. Not too close because we want to double knot the hand. Now I want you to sew the other hand on. I'm not going to be showing you how to sew the other hand on because that's going to be assignment number 1. Sew on the other hand. With reference from this right here. You can pause the video at any time to get the appropriate look. And then I will be back to show you how it looks like. Okay, so I've sewn on the other hand, and if this is what you have, then good job. And you can see that I came out through the same stitch of where we did that last hand. Then we can double knot the two ends together. Oh, that's one and our second one, 2. Then we can cut it short, cut it close, and then stuff it in the piece. Alright. It looks like this. Pretty neat. Then we can move on to sewing on the face of Alif. So we'll grab our face. Then we'll thread the black tail end. Actually, there's only one. Thread it onto our needle. Then we can sew it. Start sewing. So let's see. Make sure we have. see how it's looking here. Yeah, all right. Then we can then go into the stitch that is closest to you. So in my case, it's this stitch, and come out through the next. Now we're gonna sew on the wiggly line. Sorry, not the wiggly line. I mean the wiggly part, this curve of Alif. So we're gonna stitch up and down. So insert into the first stitch, into the back loops, and then go up, go up and pull through. Okay, into the next stitch, and then go up a stitch. Okay, and then into the next stitch. Now we're going down, so go down a stitch, go down a row, then over here into this stitch, go down a row, and then into this stitch. Now we can just sew it across on that same row, because it's just a straight line now. Okay. Until you get to the first, until you get to the part where you have to go up again. So we can go up a row, then into our next stitch, that is this stitch right here, go up a row, into our next stitch, up a row, into this stitch, and now we're going down. So go down, and into this. Now we're gonna sew across the face. If I'm not explaining it properly, it's because I don't have the script in front of me. I'm trying to do this on my own. I'm doing this on my own. Up, and then into the next stitch, go up, into the next stitch, go up, into the next stitch, go up, like that. And then you know how it works. So once you reach the top, you can go across, and then once you reach, you can go down, and then we can just finish it off very quick. So now for assignment number 2, I want you to continue sewing on the face by yourself, because I'm going to pause the video, and then I want you to complete it by sewing on the whole face, and I will be back to show you what the finished product looks like with the face. Okay, so I'm done sewing on the face. I just have one more stitch, and And once you finish that last stitch, you can just come out anywhere through the body. Okay, if this is what you have, well done. You've completed assignment number 2. Now we can just cut this cut it short. And if you have double thread, if you're using double thread like me, you can double knot the 2 tail ends together. Or if you're just using single thread, you can just cut it short. And stuff it into the piece. Fiber fill out. Okay, so we've sewn on the face, we've sewn on the hands, we've sewn on the face. Now let's sew on the antennae. So turn on. Like this. Sorry. Okay, it's almost like this. So first let's thread it onto the yarn needle. And now let's position it. 3, 1, 2, 3, somewhere over here. Let's straighten things up. Straighten things up a bit. There you go. Now we'll position the antennae somewhere. Let's say somewhere over here. So that will be here. Then come out through the next stitch. And then we can just do it just like we did for the hands. Insert into the stitch of the antennae, insert into the same stitch and come out through the next. Here, sorry. Leave it off to the side. Insert into the next stitch, insert into the same stitch of the body and come out through the next stitch. Like this. Insert into this stitch. Insert into the same stitch and come out through the next stitch in the body. Then I think it's a final stitch. No, it's still 2 more stitches to go. Come out through this stitch. Yeah, now for our final stitch, we don't need to come out through the next. We can just come out through any part of Alif on the body. I meant somewhere close to where the antennae is, so that it'll be easier to double knot together. Pull it very tight. And yeah, this is how the antennae should look like. Yeah, like this. Then we can cut it short. Now for our final assignment, that's assignment number 3. I want you to sew the other antennae onto Alif. Use what we have applied here. And now you may be wondering why I'm pausing in between after I complete one part or after I complete the mid part. It is because I like teach crochet, and I want you also to learn how to sew it on without the tutorials. So use what we've applied here, and I will be back to show you how the finished piece almost looks like. Okay, so I finished sewing on the antennae, and if this is what you have, then well done. Like this. And now we can double knot the two tail ends together. One and two. Then we can cut it short and stuff the double knot into the piece. Okay, and we have only one more part to sew on, that is the small circle. So we have two ends coming out, that is the shorter tail end and the longer tail end. We'll thread the shorter tail end on first. And then we can sew it into the center of our piece, that's right here, and then come out somewhere close to the small circle. Sorry. And then take your other tail end, that is the longer tail end, this part's a bit annoying. I mean, this tail end is a bit annoying. Look at how it is. Okay, and then just like we did for the face, we can apply it here. Insert into the stitch that is closest and come out to the next. Insert into the back loop of the circle. Insert into the same stitch and come out through the next stitch. Making sure that you work a circle stitch. I mean, making sure that you work like a circle. This is it's almost simple to do. Sewing on everything, that is very simple, but it takes practice. And then our last stitch, we can just go in and come out through the same stitch where you pull that tail end through, the shorter tail end. Sewing on a small circle doesn't come that neat, like this. Cut it a bit short, and then we can double knot the two tail ends together. That's one and two. Cut them short. And stuff it into the piece. And there you go, we have finished crocheting Alif. We finished crocheting Alif, or Alif soft toy. Alright. Well, thank you so much for watching this tutorial and following along and crocheting Alif. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please give a thumbs up. Please like this video at the end of this tutorial. It really helps me a lot. And also mention in the comments below what other crochet patterns to crochet and release. Well, we have finished our third robo mascot, and that means we have finished all 3 robo mascots of Expo 2020. So if you really like them, please subscribe to my channel ABR Creations, and I hope you have crocheted all 3 of them. It really means a lot that you have crocheted all 3 of them. Even though I'm releasing it after a few weeks, I hope you have followed along and crocheted these tutorials, Alif, Opti, and Terra. Well, thank you so much for watching and see you soon. Bye bye.